We'll see how to update the OCI card. This happens online. You don't get any new OCI card and it is completely free. Every time you have an updated passport, say your current passport is nearing expiry or it has expired and you get a fresh passport, you'll have to update this online. It's mandatory to do this within 90 days. And if it is beyond 90 days, it is no more free. Recently, the update is that it will cost money depending on your jurisdiction. You can see this is for Canada, and depending on your jurisdiction, this will vary. Now, if you are 20-year-old, in that case, this update will not be online, but you will have to go for a reissue of OCI card. Other than that, you come and update the latest passport information. You upload your latest photo, which we will see in the application. It's quite simple. I'll take you through the entire application. And once that is done, you will get the notification. Here you see it says, thank you for updating your passport detail in OCI card. Your file number is, and for all future reference, this is for your information that there will be no restriction for OCI card holder to travel to and from India during the period from the date of issue of new passport till date of final acknowledgement of her document in online system. So with this message, if I had to travel to India with my existing OCI, I could easily have done, and I got the final updation acknowledgement later, and it took about 96 days. In my case, in some cases it has happened within 15 days, a month, so it could differ, but you will eventually get message like this. All I had to do was to log into the OCI portal and download the eOCI card, and once I opened the eOCI card, I could see the updated detail with which the submission was done. So most of the talking, as always, I'll be doing as I show the entire application on the screen. So let's go to the computer screen. I'm sure you would know this website as you would have applied for OCI and you're updating. If not, I made a detailed video on how to apply for OCI. You can check that video. Every single thing I have covered in that. So once you're on this website, here you see apply online, click here, and I already have my user login. So one login, the entire family can do the application. I'm skipping this part. It's easy. You just need to enter your name as in passport, date of birth, email ID, nationality, mobile number, and then the CAPTCHA. I already have, and any one user with that, the entire family can do the application with the same credential. I'm clicking here user login and then entering the email ID, password, and CAPTCHA to log in. Click on online registration, OCI Miscellaneous Services. Here you see this service can be availed only by registered OCI card holder for reissuance of OCI card and updation of their detail. So right now we are doing updating of detail. The reissuance of OCI card, issuance of new passport after completing 20 years of age. That's when the reissuance happens. If there is any change in personal particular, that's nationality, etc., loss, damage of OCI registration certificate, filling of wrong personal particular while submitting online application, that's name, father's name, date of birth, etc. And if you have any change of address, occupation for OCI card holder. For updating this detail, you would need a copy of new passport. You can photocopy and keep it ready for dimension and other things. If you want to be very specific with dimension, what is asked here, I made a detailed video on how you can customize and make sure it meets the standard. And also latest photo, which will get updated. If you are doing this on basis of person of Indian origin, then copy of new passport containing photo and latest photo will do. If you are doing as spouse, a foreign spouse, then in that case, copy of new passport containing the photo, latest photo, then the declaration, which you will see as we proceed. In your case, you will get that. Indian passport of spouse in case of those whose spouse is Indian citizen, and passport and OCI card of spouse in case those whose spouse is an OCI card holder. So let's click on apply online. In this section, you will enter the passport number. This passport number is the old passport number with which you had applied for OCI. So the passport which is linked with OCI. That's what we are going to update now. OCI number that will get entered and date of birth. Once this is done, proceed. The entire detail is now populated. It shows applicant's name, issue date, nationality, OCI number, passport number, everything. It matches. Only then you will see this page. Otherwise, it will show error. So once we are on this page, here select passport particular updation. Once this is selected, save and continue. Here you can see it's a 6-step process. First, registration form. By default, selected service, passport particular updation shows up, and place of submission and the mission FRRO is also logged. In my case, Canada and Toronto. Then comes the passport detail. Here you will enter the latest passport number on which OCI will be transferred. So make sure you're not making any mistake. Enter that detail, the number, and issue place, issue date, expiry date, applicant's nationality. So in this case, nationality is Canada. So I'm selecting Canada from this drop down. Then residential address, make sure the entry what you make matches with the photo ID which has address. So in my case, I will be giving driver license where everything is recorded, and as it is given in the driving license, I'm entering the detail. Then mobile number is again mandatory, that will be given, and telephone number is not a mandatory thing. So in case you don't have, you can leave this blank. Here in occupation detail, this is the drop down, and if it is a child and studying, then select student. If not, you have all the option including unemployed, and make sure you choose the one from this list. Here enter the employer address, make sure you're giving the correct address, and then reason for availing the service, updating of new passport detail after renewal of old passport. In my case, the passport was nearing expiry, it had not expired, so just getting that updated is what I have written here. Once this is done, save and continue. Here on this page, applicant's photo has to be uploaded and applicant's signature. If it is a child, thumb impression will also do. And if thumb impression is not possible, please upload a blank page in signature. Make sure it is as per the requirement in the JPEG format, and maximum size is 500 KB, and then the dimension is given 200 pixel width, 200 pixel height. This is for the photo, applicant's photo. And applicant signature again has a dimension 500 KB, and the dimension is given here. How to make sure that it meets the criteria, I have made a detailed video where with simple tool you can ensure that everything matches. You can check that video, and once you have uploaded, you will see this message, photo and signature successfully uploaded. In case you want to upload again, you can go and do that. Otherwise, if everything looks good, this is the photo and signature. What you will see here is what will get updated on the digital record. So save and continue. Here in the registration form part B, you have series of questions to which you will have to choose yes or no. So go through each question one by one. In our case, for the first question, we have OCI card, the name, OCI card reference number, date when applied, place where applied, and status. Everything will be entered. So as I said, one credential, all application was done. So everything is with me here. And also you can check the detail on your OCI card last page to get all of this detail when you look at your OCI card, not the one whose details are getting updated. So once this is entered, you can go through the rest of the question one by one. Have you surrendered, got your previous overseas citizen of India card cancelled? So you will choose your answer accordingly. Whether holding dual multiple nationalities, India does not allow that. Have you sought asylum? I have chosen no. Whether the applicant has ever been citizen of Pakistan or Bangladesh at any time? No. Have you ever been convicted by court of law in any country? Here I'm saying no. Have you ever been refused entry? No. Have you ever been associated with any organization, government or non-government, political party, group accused of guilty of any rights violation? No. Have you ever been engaged in human trafficking? Read this carefully one by one. Have you ever been engaged in cybercrime? No. Have you ever been by any mean or medium express view that justify and glorify terrorist violence? No. Whether either of your parents or grandparent, great grandparent of applicant have ever been citizen of Pakistan or Bangladesh? Here I am selecting no. Whether the applicant other than minor children has worked, is working in armed forces, paramilitary force, police, security, intelligence organization. So here I am choosing no. Have you ever undergone compulsory military, police, home, conscription training in your native country? So you'll have to choose your response between yes and no. Here, in case in Indian Armed Forces or police you were there, then in that case your response will be yes, and then you will fill out other detail which will come up here. If not, no. And if you have served in foreign country in armed forces or police, in that case you must be aware OCI card will not be given. Are you still serving in armed police forces beyond compulsory training period prescribed by the rule in that country? Not applicable to a minor child. So choosing the response. And then here you see whether applicant is currently under any investigation. I'm choosing no. Whether for questioning, no. Facing charges, no. Do you have any relatives in India? I'm selecting yes. And for the last one, has any of the applicant faced criminal proceedings? So once I choose yes for the relative staying in India, you see here this detail opens up, and here I'll be entering the relative's name, present address, relationship, and age. So if it is yes, then these all fields are mandatory, and you can add the members, and you can also delete the member. I have already read this out. Has any of the applicant faced criminal proceeding? So here the response I have given is no. And then present nationality, acquisition date. So applicant's name, nationality will be shown by default. Acquisition method, here if the applicant was born in foreign country, for example Canada, in that case you will select by birth. And if in the country legally meeting the requirement you took citizenship, then it will be naturalization. So once that selection is made, date of acquisition will be entered. If it is by birth, then you will enter the date of birth. And if date of acquisition, look at the citizenship certificate and the date when your citizenship was given, that date you will enter. It will be there in your citizenship document. Once this is done, other detail, applicant name, previous nationality. Here if you were Indian earlier and then you got citizenship of other country, then you will make the selection as India. If citizenship was by birth, then you don't select anything and then save and move. If you choose the country of birth, in that case you will be asked for passport detail, and you don't have to go through this. Just skip this part. Once this is done, save and continue. We are now on document upload section, and here you see copy of new passport that will get uploaded. Photo we had uploaded earlier, and this declaration is for adult applicant who are renewing or updating. In case you were Indian citizen before, in that case you will have to give this declaration that you have surrendered voter ID and ration card. I made a detailed video which you can check. And in case of spouse of Indian citizen or OCI card holder, you will have to choose depending on what your situation is, and then you will have to upload these document. So copy of new passport, here document size has been given and it has to be in PDF format. Choose the file and upload. Once the document has been uploaded successfully, it will show up like this. You can go and view this, and you can read here re-upload limit 5, after which re-upload is not allowed. Document view limit is 5, after which view is not allowed. So always check the document which you have uploaded, and once that is done, submit. Now we come to verify information page, and here whatever entry has been made so far, that is what is reflecting. And for some reason, if you want to go back to any particular page, say you want to go to registration form, you directly come here and click here, you'll be taken to registration form. And this is the way you go to a particular page. Instead of going back and forth, you can directly go to the page where you want. You see here by clicking. Same with document upload. Once you scroll down, you have modify button here where you can go and make the modification. And if you find everything okay, you just go ahead and click final submit. After completing the online OCI updation application, an email will be sent by system to OCI card holder confirming that the application has been submitted online successfully. For updation applications, applicants are not required to visit the Indian Mission, Post FRRO, outsource agency at any stage of application processing. The updation service is faceless, paperless, and free of charge, with no application form generated when the application is successfully complete. So you get it. You will not get any application form. Instead, this is the confirmation you get. Thank you. And then you can also go ahead and rate the service, and whatever your rating is, you can go and click on that and give your feedback if you want to. When you come to dashboard, you will be able to see the completed application status with this update, and you can read it here. No OCI card will be printed for this application type. An email will be sent to applicant upon grant or rejection of the application. And you will also see email notification like this.